Same DA going after Puff. And guess what happened when Puff didn't play politics. And I believe that eventually he's gonna sit for a minute, and I believe that he's gonna get off. I don't believe that. I haven't heard anything about Puff. Okay, let's we ain't talk about. Let's do this real quick. So the R. Kelly trial. Now we all as men said them girls is going after him, but when you saw Surviving R. Kelly, and you hear about him having women stuck in rooms, and you gotta pee and doodle in the bucket, and you can't come out because if you come out, he don't want the other girl. Like, this nigga was different. He deserved to kind of be in jail for that fucked up shit he was doing.
Yeah, like,
only thing because that's cruelty to women, but that's not. But they were still there voluntarily. It was the young girls that they got him on, and it was the other shit he was doing to so many other women, and nobody stood for him. To me, I think that Puff is gonna have more people going for him than going against him. I think he has the same shot OJ had.
But you know what? You know what it boils down to for me?
It's like the OJ trial. It's like, because everybody gonna be watching, trying to say like, go ahead.
In this era, he has no value to the people who can get him out. He has no voice anymore. He doesn't influence us one way or the other.
Now that, my friend, is why I say he's on the other side of OJ. That is the reason why I say maybe not. If it's just trial, and he's a rich man, and we don't know Puff, and we don't know Cassie, and we know nothing about that, that man walks out with 6-month probation.
I agree with that.
But because he's Puff, and that's why I'm like, we just gotta wait to see how it play out. But I think he's gonna get off.
But
they got Epstein. They're gonna get.
No.
You look at,
No. By the way, shout out to Puff. They got Epstein, right? What his ass do when he got in the cell? He killed himself.
But Pete,
so they say.
Puff in there fighting
So they say.
But we gotta say what's being said.
And you're a lawyer, and we talked about this.
So they say, but you know, Epstein knew if he got in that cell and started talking about them public officials, presidents, and everybody else that was in them at that island, they knew it was going to be trouble. So
I'm not declaring anybody's innocence or guilt because, again, we don't know all the facts. No. But I'm not talking about Puff. Like, Puff, I saw the video, so that enough was enough for me. But this is what I'm saying. ASAP, yeah.
Okay.
ASAP, right? Dude's like, you pulled the gun on me, da-da-da. Okay, whatever that is, anybody else gets some time. I don't care if you get whatever. You get some time, right? ASAP has something to offer. Your wife is whom? And again, you don't need that negative press. And again, she and he have something to offer. Puff, if you get out today, you don't influence the black community anymore. You can't throw any parties anymore. Matter of fact, nigga, if you got out and threw a party, it'd be like, nigga, what?
I think he get out. I think he gets out and he disappears.
He goes to Bali, exactly. But the point is, I don't think there's a reason for anybody to get him out. Trump's like, get you out for what? What can you give me? What can you offer me?
You don't think he got no influence? Like,
Who?
none?
On what?
On anything.
Name me one thing you think Puff can influence today.
Privately, a lot.
Privately, yes. So but that's financially.
Privately meaning...
I don't think he has the power in the buildings anymore.
No, not the builder, but he got some friends out there who know his secrets. He got some friends that's like, hey, nigga, you know they come after me.
But he went against the machine, though, man.
I'm not saying that. And by the way, that's the lesson.
Right.
Let's go to the next subject.
Yeah, because that's the lesson.
Too puffy.
Oh, Big Brother exists. The machine. It did shit.
It definitely does. So, Mase plans on releasing new album on first day of Diddy's trial.
That's not God-like, Mase.
Called Now We Even. The Harlem rapper hasn't released a set since 2004. What are your thoughts?
I think he hasn't released an album since The Devil Was a Boy. That's number one. So my answers are who cares and who cares? Like straight up, like real shit. Hold on. Nobody, even the Queensiest people, are like, I can't wait for that new Mase.
Well, he's from
like,
Harlem.
He's from New York.
That's kind of why I said what I just said about him. Like, to me, like, that's not godly. Like, here's what I would say. I don't know if Mase is happy. Because there are certain things that happy people don't do. And by the way, him and Cam killing it. It is what it is. They're killing it. But he can't be fulfilled in it because that fulfillment plus watching the person that did you dirty kind of fall, that should be enough for you. But you want to throw it in and drop an album that nobody wants to hear on the day of his stuff, just so people might want to hear if you say something about him. Right. So to me, you're just as a big a predator as you consider him for taking advantage of him being down. That's not godlike. And I'm only saying that because I know Mase is a pastor. So I'm like, and I know he takes that serious, but I'm like, bro, like, get that. If I was his home, I'd be like, bro, get that shit out your heart, bro. Like, come on, Mase. Like, nigga, hey, bro, you up? That man's in jail. That man is being told when to piss.
That's the worst.
When to shit, when to eat, when to go to sleep. That man is being told what to do every day of his life. It is totally different life than what
But
you're
that's the
living.
worst byproduct
I
of
don't
Kendrick
know,
and Drake.
because if you listen to all of the people that have ever been signed to Bad Boy, to Diddy, Puff, all of his companies, no one has a good thing to say about the man. So I don't think, I hear you, because he is kicking a man while he's down, but Diddy didn't give a fuck when he was kicking him either. So
Or was he
That's what
doing,
I'm-
or was
a
he doing
lot
the
of the
business that he
stories-
was taught to do? Because see, that's something we don't talk enough about in our world, is that bad behavior is taught. And by the way, does anybody from Das Effects own their publishing? No. Does anybody from, you know what I'm trying to say? Like rappers from the 90s own their publishing? That was a normal thing. Like we didn't know what publishing was until like Jay-Z and talked this and Nas. It was like, he got your publishing.
Shout out to LA and Babyface.
But I don't think it's not just publishing, but the treatment, the blocking doors, all of those things. I think that it's. I hear you. I'm just saying you can't. All I'm saying is that the way that a man reacts when he can finally get his get back, I do think it's a little lame to drop it on the day of his thing. But also, I don't want to hear a Mase album. But that's his prerogative if that's the way he wants to get his get back.
It's somebody that I don't like. We know who it is. It's one person I don't fuck with. If he was going through this right now, do you think I'm publicly like, man, I'm about to go take a gummy to his fall? Do you think I would do that?
You're not gonna give a fuck.
I also wouldn't do that.
Can I tell you why?
I can't blame him.
The reason why is because I'm fulfilled. I'm telling you, bro, like when you're fulfilled, you don't want to hurt people. When you like, maybe you're dealing with something, but I'm telling you, as much as I don't like old boy, if he was right here, I'd be like, that's fucked up. I know his mom love him. I just don't like him. But nigga, I'm not gonna be like, where's the popcorn? I'm about to watch a nigga die. It's like,
Plus, you know what I hate about
that's
this
not
business?
God-like. To me, that's not God-like coming out my mouth. That's what I would say. When I say stuff out my mouth, guys, I think about how God would feel about it. And I'm like, if I wish bad on somebody or want to see something bad, then I'm like, well, God is like, well, you can't get mad if somebody does that to you.
And I'll say this, I'm tired of, we've all been a victim to a bad situation, a bad deal, being marginalized in the music business. I hate the victim thing. It's part of the business. Like, you're an attorney. Everybody who's ever signed a deal, I would venture to say that 98.9% of them have all had an attorney. You signed it at the time because it was best for your circumstances. Looking back at it now, it's like, damn, I shouldn't have gave that nigga my publishing.
No, but I'll give you an example. That happened to us. We did a deal with a lawyer who I'm still close with. Deal was great for us at that time. 8 years later, we didn't want to be in that deal no more. By the way, we had to restructure the deal. That's why I'm like, nobody's in bad deals. If you survived, you're going to get another album. If you put the lights on, they will renegotiate, Jack, just to keep you flowing.